Good morning and welcome back to another video of the Zero to Gold Cat Challenge. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so today we are going to be overviewing what we have been farming for the last week. Now this has been an absolute array of different farms. I've decided to actually just sit here on the bank and explain what I've actually farmed instead of going out and getting tons of footage for the farms. Basically to save time in order to actually get the video out on time, if you know what I'm saying, as this is kind of like one of my only days off this week. That being the case, let's get into the farms. First farm that I did was the Wintergrasp Farm, or pretty much the last one, but it's on my list for the first one to do. Now this one I farmed up for around about 2 hours, and it is not finished doing that. It was 2 hours, so yeah. I used the potion of Dark Moon Firewater in order to speed up my gathering time for mining and herbalism, and it came to around about 53,951 gold for in total. That is with the gems and the Saronite ore along with the titanium. Pretty piss poor titanium farm, to be honest, when it actually comes to it. Usually I get about over a stack of 100, and this time I didn't actually get all that much. But other than that, we got 10 ton of Saronite ore, which came to around about 846 Saronite ore, along with 81 titanium ore. This also goes hand in hand with a load of the Lich King herbs, which I'll be selling on the auction house for a small amount of profit, but it's gold nonetheless. If you're an inscriber, recommended. I would actually sit down and pretty much just mill them to get all of the inks, because you can definitely make a profit on top of the inks. Other than that, we managed to get 6 Eternal Waters, 35 Eternal Earths, 7 Eternal Fires, 5 Eternal Airs, and 23 Eternal Shadows. So that is some additional gold along with 2 Eternal Lives, which I just forgot that I had. Next farm that I actually did was the Bastion of Twilight farm, and this one was quite fun. I only did an hour of it, so I only got 465 Ember Silk Cloth, and I used my garrison enchanting thing, destroying thing. Basically I got a level 1 thing in my garrison, which within your garrison you have the ability in order to disenchant your stuff even if you're not an enchanter. I was actually told by one of my subscribers, and I actually didn't realise I could do this even though I played through WoD, so I feel pretty stupid to actually not have known about this. So I disenchanted all of the greens, which gave me a hypnotic dust along with the other essences and the maelstrom crystals. Now this will provide me with a little bit of additional gold, and it actually came out to be a bit of a profit when it compared to what would I get if I sold just the transmog. Along with that, that actually tended to be quite a decent farm, and I managed to get a little bit of elementium ore and 9 pyrite ore. So pyrite ore obviously sells for 77 gold in my realm, which is kind of nice as an additional gold. The potion of treasure finding is the thing that I used, and I then followed that up by, after I gained the lockout after 10 minutes, after doing 10 instance lockouts of the Bastion Twilight, I flew over to the Volatile water farm, which then I spent the last remaining time farming up there, mainly for the fact that I needed some more volatile water to put on the auction house. Doesn't sell for an awful lot, about 35 gold a piece. I have 193, but it was an easy farm in order to make the most out of my potion of treasure finding. The last farm that I did, and what I did the most of, was the Azores Vale farm, which was located in Bastion, or be more precise, the Abyssal Depths. You basically go around like a little weird loop type thing, which obviously I've been showing them on the screen as we've been going along, and I managed to get around about 1,058 Azores Vale, and they sell for 48 gold a piece. Along with that, I managed to get 630 Storm's Vine, which sell for 11 gold a piece, but they're just additional herbs that come along with it. And I managed to gain around about 579 Volatile Lives, which sell for 37 gold. But that being the case, that is everything I farmed for the actual week. Now let's get into the gold for the week. Okay, so let's see how much gold we've actually made for this week. Now, obviously, you can see that we have gained around about 262 males for the actual week. So pretty happy with the amount of sales we have actually got. And currently, the first clean out is saying 57,000 gold. So the things that are of note is the titanium ore we sold for 28,455 gold. That's a big chunk of that right there. The rest of it is a load of eternal fire. For 1,000 gold a stack for 10. We got the basically we sold a nice little piece of transmog for 8,500 gold. We also sold some star moss for 3,000 gold each. So that's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things for the first clean out. If I'm going to be honest, that's pretty damn good. Okay, so the next mailbox clean out is 14,000 gold, and the things that were of note is 3 stacks of Winter's Kiss for 3,500 gold, so 14,740. Pretty damn happy with that right there. It's not as good as the last one, obviously, but 14,000 gold, still 14,000 gold. The rest of it's just low tier transmog and crafted stuff from when we had tailoring. Other than that, it's one of those ones where basically I've just sold a load of low tier transmog and it's added up to a nice amount. Okay, so the next clean out is 38,000 gold, 38,490 gold. That is the Winter's Kiss. Again, we sold another stack for 3,500 gold. We sold the Prospector's chest piece for 5,976 gold. We sold Tuxedo Pants, some Star Moss, and we sold 3 stacks of Siren's Pollen for 7,000 gold each. Well, one of them says 6,000, but that's because it had a little bit less in the stack, but still pretty damn good. We sold a stack of Sea Stalk for 3,300, and that's pretty much everything of note. The rest of it's just low tier transmog. I'm pretty certain you guys are seeing a theme right now with what actually is selling for a high amount. So obviously the materials and a couple of little bits of transmog, but the majority of our gold is either coming from materials or low tier transmog, and to be honest, that's the way I like to do it. That's kind of my way on making gold. I find this to be quite useful. So the next clean out is 12,477 gold. And the things that are of note is another stack of Winter's Kiss. We also sold a chest piece for 3,400 gold. And that was the Aboriginal Vest of Fire Flash. So pretty damn good. And we sold the Ravenheart Longbow for 2.5k. So that's still pretty damn good, and we've still got roughly just 2 more clean outs to go. So hopefully we're going to make a decent amount of gold as and when we get to the end of all this. We've actually sold so much stuff this week, it's unreal. So quite happy with the amount of stuff. But I'm going to have to restock, like do some major restocking, because for obvious reasons we're going to start to deplete our transmog resources, but we'll get into that later on in the second. The next clean out comes to 41,831 gold, and the things that are of note is a stack of Volatile Life for 1,071 gold. We sold some Siren's Pollen for another 7,000 gold. We sold 2 stacks of Riverbud for 3,000, Borderline 4,000 gold. Sold a stack of Monolite Ore for 4,890 gold. We sold a Scarlet Diamond for 1,100. That's pretty damn good, because well, Scarlet Diamonds are pretty like they're old world content. So I'm pretty happy that just sold off the bat. We sold some Storm Silver Ore for 5.5k. We also sold some Siren's Pollen again for 7,400 gold. And we managed to sell some Sea Stalk for 4,181 gold. So all in all, pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. I really do say that way too much, to be honest. But really happy with the amount of sales we've actually had this week. And we're coming up really close to 1 million gold at the moment. So hopefully the last 6 auctions are like major things or something along those lines. Like, give me another 75k and I'll be good. And the last clean out is 16,712 gold, and that is Anchorweed. We sold a stack for 13,766 gold, some Platinum ore for 1,221 gold, some Eternal Fire again for 1.4k, and the rest of it's some low tier transmog. So at the end of the day, pretty damn happy with that all together. But other than that, guys, I just want to say we have made for the week 181,911 gold for the week's clean out. Chuffed to bits with that, and we're currently sat at 941,210 gold. So pretty damn good week for selling materials and gathering professions. We are currently going to be moving on to transmog back again because we've done enough bulking for the last couple of weeks just to make sure that we've got a lot of gathered materials while we're still building up the auction house with our transmog, because now we're going to focus solely on transmog and we're going to move away from our gathering as we're approaching 1 million gold. And I always said that once we've hit 1 million gold, I'm then going to move straight over to transmog, crafted transmog. We're going to get rid of some professions, so really excited to get into some crafted transmog again. I do have a little tidbits for one of the professions that we're going to be gaining for crafted transmogs, and we're going to stick with that. So that being the case, really happy with that. Just a little side note though, we do actually have a new thing that you guys might want to jump on like this afternoon, like today, like now, and that is the Mogasham Vaults. They've done the Unleashing the Pets achievement, and every kind of year or so they release, well, I think it's every 2 years, they release the old world raids have a load of different pets. The average drop chance is around about 20 to 10%, and all the Mr. Pandaria raids, I think bar like one, drops different types of battle pets. Now, at first, these are going to be selling for insane amounts because people just want the achievement, or like just they will sell for tons and tons and tons of gold for the next like week or so. So I would recommend that you go to the Valley of Eternal Blossoms, or now the portal's gone, Jade Forest, and then head over to the raids. In the Valley of Eternal Blossoms, there is a raid finder guy, and you can pretty much just go do the raids and get yourself the battle pets from all of the raids from Mr. Pandaria, and try and see if you can make an extra couple of 100k. I'm going to do that like literally after making this video. I'm going to sit down and do that because why not? But I'll probably post those battle pets there if I get them on the auction house immediately, because I want to make sure that I can sell them for the most amount of gold. I can't really sit around with them in my bags for too long, otherwise the gold price will deplete like a lot. But other than that, guys, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video on Monday. Take it easy, guys.